Hi everyone, thanks for checking out another video by Digital Mojo. Hope you enjoy!
Hello everyone, thank you for joining today's sharing. I'm going to talk about Lean UX. So first, I'm going to give you some introduction about what is Lean UX, and then I'm going to talk about what is Lean UX process, and then in the end, we are going to talk about how to make an organizational shift of Lean UX. So what is Lean UX? Let's start from a little bit of background. Now, internet has changed everything. Products using technical such as agile software development is completely different from the traditional ways. So Lean UX is a revolution of product design. Instead of talking about features and documentations, we talk about what works. The first one is design thinking. In design thinking, innovation is powered by direct observe what people want and what people deeply need. Products need to solve people's problem instead of only adding features. The second foundation is agile software development. We assume our initial product design is wrong, and so our goal is actually to find out what's wrong with our idea and then try to improve and solve the problem as soon as possible. And the third foundation of Lean UX is Lean setup method. We use a feedback loop called build, measure, learn to actually test out our assumptions and find out what exactly works and what doesn't work. There are several terms using in Lean UX concept. So as I mentioned before, all the design concept start from user needs. So persona is a person we actually design. We believe we solve the problem for. After knowing users' needs, we need to define a high-level declaration of what we believe to be true, and then dig more deeply. We need to define the hypothesis. Hypothesis is more detailed description of our assumptions that target specific areas of our products or workflow for experimentation. There are many hypotheses consistent of assumptions. And then outcome is a signal we seek for the market to help us validate or invalidate our hypothesis. So outcome is actually what we need to make something different. In order to achieve the outcomes, we need to define what the features in the products. And those features we believe will driven the outcome we seek. And here we need to build up different MVPs, like prototypes, to test out our hypothesis, to test out whether our guess is right, and then continually integrate the features in order to achieve the outcomes. There are several principles in Lean UX. In order to make Lean startup into have a cross-functional team, you need to invite different disciplines in the team to get these different point of views, and your design process need to be more dedicated and co-located. And as we mentioned, we are looking for outcomes, not only output. So features and services are output, but our goal in Lean UX approach is to seek for outcomes, to really changing something. And in Lean UX, we need to remove waste. We need to have small bench size, and we need to continuous discovery during the whole design approach. And we need to get out of the building because the new ideas is not from the office. We need to go out and seek for new insights and inspirations. And we need to share understandings within the team, get different feedback. And there are several things we need to avoid in Lean UX. For example, rockstar, genius, and or ninja. So there's no hero in Lean startup. And then we need to externalizing your work. As soon as you have ideas, you need to talk to your team members, talk to your neighbors to actually public your ideas. We need to making over analysis, continuously analysis of what we do, and learn from the process. And we learning over growth. And we should have permission to fail, because we assume our assumption or some of the haptics is wrong. So we need to actually find out what's wrong and find out the right features to solve the problems. So we need to get out from the deliverable business. What we searching for is not deliver a heavy report to your client, but to actually create outcomes, achieve things. So what exactly the process of Lean UX? In traditional UX projects, we start from request from client, from users, and by doing user research, brainstorming, and prototyping and user testing, in the end we achieve some deliverables for the client. But in Lean UX approach, our goal is not to create deliverables. Is to change something in the world to actually create outcomes. So we need to start from assumptions instead of requirements, and we create and test hypotheses, and we measure to see whether we have achieved our desired outcomes. So you can see it's ongoing things, and it's a continuous loop in the whole process. So here is some detailed information about each step. The first step is to actually decline the assumptions. Problem statement is a common method used in this step. So by filling out this sentence, you actually clearly defined what's your goal and what you need to achieve in your projects. And then you need to define several haptic statements based on the assumptions. In order to decline the right assumptions, we need to have a collaborative design approach. So Lean UX is a collaborative process. You need to involve different disciplines. Not only designers, but also non-designers. For example, Design Studio is a collaborative workshop to get every discipline speaking out their understanding of the user needs, and collaboratively create and defined assumptions. And after you defined the assumptions and haptics, we need to go ahead and test it. So we create a minimum visible products to test different aspects of your assumptions. There are a few guidelines for you to minimize your learning. So basically, is you need to test haptics very precisely, very carefully, and with a very strong focus. And you need to be very functional, integrative with existing analysis, and be consistent with the rest of the application. There are many methods you could use, like prototyping, low-feed prototypes, middle or high-feed prototypes, and code prototypes, or even hand code or live data prototypes. Really depends on what you need to test in specific project stages. After you create the MVPs, you for this stage is very flexible, and you need to go and test as many as you can. You can just pick up your teammates or stakeholders or even members of other teams and internally test your prototypes or you can go to the real user, to real customer, let them to check out your products and get real user feedback. The first step is about the feedback and the research. As I mentioned, there are many channels you can get different feedbacks and many methods you could use. It should be continuously and collaboratively. Let's conclude Lean UX in 6 key principles. It helps you to understand the overview of the Lean UX. So the first one is the early customer validation. Instead of releasing products with unknown end users, so you need to involve user in the very early design and development stages instead of bringing the final products to the end user in the very end of your product. The second one is collaborative cross-functional design instead of only hero design. So in Lean UX, we don't believe there is only one person is correct in the team. We need to get as many as ideas and opinions as we can. And the third one is solving user problems instead of adding cool features. So our goal is not actually add features, but to solve the real user problem, user issues. And the fourth one is measuring key performance indicators instead of undefined success metrics. So all the team members and people who involved should have clear idea what we have achieved in the projects and we haven't. It helps us to see clearly what's the stages of the products and what need to be done still. The fourth one is applying appropriate tools flexibly instead of following a rigid methodology. And then the final one is a nimble design instead of heavy wireframe or specifications. So we need to be very simple but specific. The whole Lean UX project is like short and quick loop running as the graphic underneath, as you see. So finally, how to actually making the organization shift in your own companies, in your own organization. There are several aspects you need to pay attention. You should switch to the outcome-oriented approach instead of features and functions. You need to shift different roles, have different cross-function roles in your whole teams. Not only designers, but also other aspects, other point of view. And the UX designer in the team is actually the people who collect different point of view and generate ideas. So the UX designer should learn some new skills. So the next one is cross-functional teams. We need to have different disciplines. And in order to make very quick and fast integrating, you probably will have small teams for different projects. And for the workspace, people who involved in the project should sit together in an open space. In your team, there's no more heroes, and there's no more BDU up. So there's no big design up front. Everything needs to be criticized and to test. And the next one is to always consider speed first instead of aesthetics. And you need to realize the value of problem solving, and you need to have the UX debate reflect every step of your design process. The agency are in deliverable business, but as we mentioned, we need to guide your client to notice we are going to achieve outcomes instead of the only deliverables. And you need to working with third-party vendors, keep good relationship and keep communication loop with them, and you need to set up the documentation standards to actually speed up your work, and at the same time you also need to be realistic about your environment. So you need to know your limitations, know your resource and the materials, and try to save time and the resources. And in the end, into managing up and out, so not only internally but also externally, you need to communicate your organization as a lean startup. Okay, so thank you for listening my presentation, and I hope you get some understanding of Lean UX.
Hi everyone, thanks for watching our video. Like, share, and subscribe. Oh, and don't forget to comment.